Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the Run Your Day podcast. As always, this is Dan Hafner coming at you today. Today is Tuesday, second day of the week, and we are talking about extreme resourcefulness inside of this topic of starting from scratch. Thank you for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Okay, here we go. So, extreme resourcefulness. This topic today I wanted to talk about because this is kind of near and dear to my heart. This has kind of been something that I have basically done over and over and over inside of the multiple things that I've had going on over the last couple months, and I think it's applicable really to anywhere that you work or anything that you do in any area of your life. And extreme resourcefulness is this whole concept of making something happen out of nothing, right? Taking any kind of idea that you have and making it come to fruition through any means possible. Now, a lot of people have this idea that, starting a business or making a great marriage or, having a great body in incredible shape takes resources, it takes time, it takes effort. And that's true, it takes time and effort for all of these things. But it doesn't necessarily take a whole lot of money. Like, you would be surprised at the tools out there, and the internet is such a wonderful thing. It can be an evil thing, but it is such a wonderful thing. There are so many tools out there, regardless of what you're trying to do. Like for this podcast, there's free tools out there. There, for building apps, there's free tools out there. For any kind of directions or any kind of how-to things, there's YouTube, there's all kinds of things out there, right? And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You don't even know about many of the things. Like, I don't even know about many of the things out there. But the beauty of extreme resourcefulness comes from not just using free tools. It comes from combining the usefulness and utility of tools in order to achieve something new and original that you have thought of. Okay, so it comes from this innate creativity or innovation that you can come up with out of these tools that are readily available for you. So, like, anyone can use any of these tools, right? A tool is just a means to an end. Like, you use a hammer for a specific purpose. You use a shovel for a specific purpose. But if you have a vision, if you have a goal or a target in mind that you want to achieve, it's hard to envision that being completed with just that tool for like anyone else. But for you, you see, okay, I have a shovel, a hammer, and I don't know, a pencil. And like, you can achieve something incredible out of that. Because you're not just resourceful in the tools that you use, but in the creativity that you have inside of those tools. You know what I mean? So there's this delicate balance. There's this, it's I don't know if it's innate or if it's learned. I mean, for me, it was learned. Like, I never was a creative person. I never was an artistic person. I can't just look at something and be like, well, this is how I want it to be. And I've always struggled to see things as a finished product, right? Now, over time, I've learned that skill. I've learned and taught myself that skill of, well, let's close my eyes and picture how I want this to look and kind of get an end result in there. But that has come from years of practice. That has come from many reps of going through that and doing that over and over and over and over again. Some people, it comes natural, and to you, I envy you. But, a lot of us out there need to actually take a step back and really kind of teach ourselves this, because having a vision is not usually something that's innate. Like, some people just have a vision for their lives and they know what they're doing, or a project or whatever it is, and they just go do it. And that's great. That's phenomenal. You are 10 steps ahead of the game. But if you're out there and you don't have this ability, like, it's okay, because you can teach yourself this ability. You can become resourceful. You can become, I don't want to say frugal, but, basically resourceful is the best word. It's creative. It's innovative. It's just intuitive, and it does. It takes time to learn, and it takes effort and repetitive practice of this. But, the things that you can create and the results that you can get from just being creative and being innovative are incredible, and even just reaching out to people that can possibly help you with this, or would have interest in helping you with this, can just further you along and multiply your results that much more. People are always willing to help. If you have any ideas about anything, like, ever, like, reach out to me via message or email or anything, and I'd be glad to help, in any way that I can. People, I've reached out to several people through the course of this podcast and my app building and other projects I have going on. And people are always, well, I shouldn't say always, but mainly, like, 99% of the time, people want to help you, because they're like, oh yeah, great. That sounds awesome. Let's do this. I actually have this skill that's applicable here, and this would actually work out great. And it's a great deal for everyone. And that's part of being resourceful, is learning, like, okay, well, I want to build this X, product, but I don't have this Y skill. Like, I don't know how to do this exact part of it, but I know a guy that does this. Okay, well, let's give him a call. All right, awesome. Like, boom, short up, done. And that's just a simple example, but it's powerful, because, that never came natural to me, at least. That never came to be. I was always just like, I have to do this. I have to do 100% of this. If I don't do it, then I don't know how it'll get done. I don't know anyone else that would do it. I just was, like, so stubborn and bullheaded about stuff. And I would just be like, you know what? I'm just going to do it the way that I'm going to do it. And if it's wrong or if it sucks, then whatever. And then I realized that was just my dumb pride getting in the way. And that just by that simple fact or that act of reaching out, and that trying to be more resourceful, more innovative and creative, that I found, it took a lot of stress off me, and it made things a lot easier. And that's just kind of what my message is for you today, is think about, an area of your life where you can possibly be more resourceful. Where can you try to change things up, or take a different approach to something, maybe utilize a free online resource or an app or a different approach or anything really, to just maybe get a different perspective on things, or maybe try a different approach. You'd be amazed at what's out there for anything you can. Like, Google is your best friend. Google will provide you pretty much anything you want if you learn how to search right. So, I mean, that's my mission for you today. Think about how you can be more resourceful. How can you use what assets you already have and implement the lessons that you learn from those in different ways, in different ways that you already have, or maybe you haven't already. So that's my mission for you today. And that's going to wrap up the show. Thank you very much again for joining the Run Your Day podcast. As always, it's a pleasure. And this is Dan Hafner signing off, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.